Coming to you from the top of our beautiful Sky Palace here in the mystical land of a name that does not exist. This is the Final Fantasy Randomizer 2020 Spring Tournament here on both Speed Gaming and Randomania. Different races all over the place here. Hey everyone, we got a nice race tonight between One Fine Day and It's Paranoia, two fantastic, well-known runners in this community. I am Cyclone. I'm joined by the one and only Caleb. How you doing, Caleb?
I'm doing super well, Cyclone. This is super exciting. I think this is the first time we got to do comms together. This is going to be quite the adventure.
And it's going to be quite an adventure. Speaking of adventures, with the flag set tonight, we've already seen some really exciting races and really trolly. I don't want to overuse the word trolly, but rather nasty layouts of things in some of these races. Some really exciting races so far. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, we've seen, so with the way these flags load out with the two loose and a third canal, like a third loose being the canal just kind of floating out there in the world, we see a lot of route divergence early on, and we're looking specifically for a Ruby because that will lead to an incentive Titan's Trove and as well to Sarda Grandpa, who might be holding on to something special. But we're going to get going here into, we got White Locked Fade.
And I see Dark Hold, Blind, and Rub. Anyone for rubbing Garland?
I might, I mean, I think It's Paranoia's got an early advantage here with that White Mage having access to our first big sweeper.
We found the pro rings.
That's a good find. It's worth writing down for later once we have some money.
Mm-hmm. So not a lot of anything to take to the temple with us. This might be a bit of a challenge starting out.
I think, yeah, for OFD, he might get lucky with a cheeky rub on Garland, maybe drop a tent right outside and just keep resetting until he gets that rub off on Garland. But Paranoia shouldn't have too much trouble with it with that Fade caster. In all honesty, I don't know about running two White Mages, but Fade and Exit early, there's a cause for it. That'd be it.
Exit is a great find early, especially when you get to a place like Ice Cave and you want to get out with that item without having to go through the evil floors again.
Ooh, and the Grimps also had access to that level 1 black magic as they cast Rub.
They clearly shopped in the Corneria area.
Yeah, well, they're local. Flame Sword.
That's usable.
Yeah, that's going to help that Garland fight out a lot with the Red Wizard being able to swing that. So here we go. We're going to wait, we're going to rub, and we're going to rub.
Rub didn't work. Rub worked.
There's the rub.
And a spider right after it.
Rub the spider. Just go ahead and pet the spider friend. Oh, if you hold it down, it might make rub a little bit easier.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, we just had a Garland go down to Rub, and then an Arachnid, one step later, wipe One Fine Day right off the face of the earth. And Frost, right off the face of the earth. That was quite a shocker.
Ooh, I love it. I love an early key. Because now we can route in a key and an Oxyel, so there is no TFC burned there. The early key, you're going to be able to open up all these free boxes and go back, Paranoia. Go back. Okay.
Yes.
He's listening to me. All right. OFD is going to come back in here and pick up that Flame Sword, pick up that 6,600 gold, or 6,100 gold. And wouldn't you know it, there's the canal right away. So
well, that's one headache solved.
Free seed is free except for that one pesky frosty spider.
I think you went out and saved this time. Use that exit spell to good use here.
So, gold bracelet early, flame sword early, exit, fade. The black magic leaves a little something to be desired, but we don't know what's in Provoca yet. And rubbed out Garland one more time.
Yep, the rub worked for the second time, and this time we got the princess out, getting his own key from the king and his own Oxyel from the princess.
Alright, so OFD likely will not walk out of Canary Castle, will just immediately bank right here, and yeah. OFD, one of our more veteran runners, been around for quite a long time in the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, super knowledgeable about the game, one of the developers, worked on the Enemizer and Spellcrafter options that you have on the beta site of the randomizer. which changed the entire spellbook, changed the entire enemy bestiary, and just basically turned this into a whole new game. It can be a lot of fun to play with. So OFD coming in with a lot of knowledge about Final Fantasy 1 and how it works. It's Paranoia. I don't know, despite his namesake, I don't know a whole lot about him. But we got gold bracelets also for sale in Canaria.
And it looks like It's Paranoia is off to the Provoca area. He's gonna take on a group of pirates. And are we gonna have safe pirates or unsafe pirates? We're gonna find out in a moment.
I believe unsafe pirates is on for the entire Swiss round.
I just meant for this seed.
Oh, there is the off chance. But I don't actually. So Harm 4, balancing out that level 1 Fade. Harm 4 will do equitable damage with a Fade charge against undead.
Fire 2 in the black magic. That's not as good as we would like. Normally that's found at level 3 and above with the 2 level spells. So that's a little better than vanilla, but still not a lot of damage inflicting options.
No, but Cake will do work in the early game. Lock 2 is important for the late game. Brack important throughout the mid game with Tia and Kraken being susceptible. But Fire, it's a good thing we have 2 black casters because we want to buy all 4 of those spells.
Yeah.
Question from chat: is Lock 2 fixed in this flag set? Yes, it is. Lock 2 and Lock will always hit. They will always reduce the enemy's evasion. Whereas in the vanilla game, Lock and Lock 2, if they hit, actually raised the evasion of the enemy you were targeting. So kind of defeated the purpose.
His Paranoia causes the pirates to fade from existence, and he collects his rubies. So since we already have our canal, we can go visit the Titan anytime.
Yeah, that's a huge check to make, because that, like I said before, that will get us 2 key items. I would probably check Elfland on the way out, but with level 1 exit, you don't really need to. You can come around and check that lower dock on Elfland.
Yeah, you can check it on the way to Crescent Lake in that matter. Whether you go left or right from there, you can check it on the way.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that. I was like, I think I break out the Inner Sea, I head to the Melmond Continent, I go through the Ruby Cave, and then do sort of come back, sail to Crescent Lake, pick up that key item, then sail along the bottom of that continent to Elfland and finish out my checks before heading down to the Onrak location, because we're going to need a canoe very soon.
We're going to have quick access to a lot of incentive locations here. Like some of the seeds, as even some people in chat have noted, have been humdingers in this tournament so far and have not given a lot of access to incentivized items. It's been somewhat linear in some cases. I saw one of those the other day myself, actually. So this is so far a lot of openness. It's going to be a matter of where those loose items are located that we might need and whether they're going to be hard to find. That could end up being the difference here.
Yeah. And whether or not the loose items are even required, so tracking what you need to complete the seed. We know we need the loot. We know we need the cube, the chime, the rod. We need the canoe, because we either need it to access the airship or we need it to access the volcano. So those are the big ones that we're looking for here, as One Fine Day breaks into the Dwarven little supply closet, steals a tent, and a little bit of money, but we're going to go down and we're going to open up these. We're going to raid their entire armory and find out what they're really holding on to.
And let's see if we end up getting a loose adamant in here and have some lazy dwarfs going on.
Ice Shield's a nice find.
Oh, Masamune!
Ooh, free seed is free. I hope Danny383 and Uriel Man 7X are watching this, because I just rolled a seed for them and it was not as free as this one. They went a whole seed and didn't find the masa. But now we have it right here, so pretty good find.
They're probably asking why you didn't give them this seed right now.
It very well could have been in the key locked in that seed. Key was one of the later items found in that race, and not a lot of key checks were made. So, so that's the beauty of finding the key early. It's so many free chests. We got the 6 here in Canary Castle. We got the 3 up in TOF. I believe there are 8 in Dwarves, 4 in Elfland Armory, 3 in Northwest, and the 3 in Marshlocked. And its Paranoia is going to go check TOF locked. I like the play because TOF locked also gets us our first look at a spike tile. And if it's something that's XP rich that will fall down to a single fade like a double fighter or triple I, even a Sphinx, that's decent XP. That's worth killing at least one.
I think he's decided not to do that though. He seems to have moved on.
Yeah, Flame Shield's a nice consolation prize though.
Oh, there's 4 of them. That might be
this. I would definitely throw some. I would definitely sling some fades at, but
I think he has everyone else running, so he's going to end up running away from this with no experience.
That's unfortunate. Because that definitely there's a katana, so valuable for one fine day. Not so much for its Paranoia, but that for Paranoia, what that will get him is potentially a truck ton of money if he decides to hawk it here down in Canaria.
Ooh, the Imp took a shot at Sodem there, and he's on a knee.
I do like the names of its Paranoia. We got Knackle, Sodom, Salt, and Saline. All the salt in the world. So
sodium. I see. Got it.
And it looks like OFD just walked through the Titan's Trove.
He'll probably go back for it.
Yeah.
He has the exit spell.
What's Grandpa got? He's got his bottle.
We got the bottle, we got the Oxheal already, so something else will be up at the ferry today.
So, Grandpa still struggling with his drinking, but you know. Our light warriors are practicing a harm reduction model and just say, okay, that's fine. Just let us take the bottle. We're not going to report you. And sort of begrudgingly hands it over. Big wolf pack. I've seen these wolves roll pretty scary stuff like damage poison recently too. So this, I've done a lot of practice of these Cyclone, and these flags can be mean when something lands on an early script. Like that Thunderous Shark. I spoke too soon. Sorry, Paranoia.
There's Vorpal, by the way, and I have seen some dangerous enemy sets, not just in these flag sets, but in any flag set. You can see a lot of really dangerous things in these flag sets. And the Vorpal was right next to the crown.
That's a huge pickup, so that'll allow OFD to come right back as he's sailing around to the Crescent Lake location, which I'm imagining is where he's going to go. Kind of standard routing here, but I imagine he'll pop in, maybe pop back into the inner sea. Oh no, he would have to go all the way around because we do not have extended open progression on, and we do not have a canoe, so...
Yeah, we don't have a canoe, so he can't pop in there. He'd have to either walk all the way across, which he could do, or he'll just come back and do that later. But coming to the outer area first, if you want to get Northwest Castle out of the way, that turned out to be a good way to get that done at the same time, if you choose to.
So he's gonna sail the eastern route here. I would have probably gone western, done Crescent Lake, just in case it's the canoe, but he's gonna sail around the bottom here, walk up, do that, and then probably sail to Crescent. So it's Paranoia into the Dwarf Cave. He's gonna get all the goodies down here, that Masa, and we're just gonna show off all the dwarfs walking around here.
Yeah, just gonna look at all the lovely guys.
Gotta do a head count, make sure they're all there.
You know what would be really nasty to find here, I think?
What's that?
Of all things that could be nasty to find here, the floater with a very late game canoe.
Yeah, a floater without a canoe. It's not as bad as you probably think because it limits where that canoe can be.
True.
You know. Until we get the chime, it can't be in. It can't. Oh, level 3 nuke. So
that's good.
That's wonderful. So it's Paranoia gonna have a Fade caster and 2 nuke casters.
We have Wall too, which is not really a big spell, but it's good for protection if you find someone with high magic or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And the Cure 4 is super important too, but I think that might have been. I looked at the last second, that might have been white locked. Life 2 promotion locked for the Red Wizard.
Yeah, it was slot 2, so I think it is locked for the Red Wizard, you're correct.
Ooh, we got Fast and Ice 3. Pretty expensive, but it's always good finding Fast early. I don't think we have Temper just yet, so we gotta hope that Temper is at least and level 5. We don't want to see it really any higher than that. We want to get a meaningful amount of charges from it.
Ooh, slap for $49,000.
That's fine, because like by the time we can do anything with the slab, we're gonna need to have the floater. We're gonna need to have the canoe.
Yeah.
So we'll just write it down. Remember it was here.
Yeah, we know where it is now. That's the main thing. One fine day, not going to wait for the airship to check the Northwest Castle. He's going to get out of the way now because for all he knows, that could be the floater.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a valuable check here. Especially because Astos is, in the early game, good money, good XP, should get at least a level, maybe 2 levels if we're low enough.
I'm not sure who this Astos is. What we have is a king who lives in this castle by himself, right? Like, he's going to give us this nice item, and see what I just said about it being possibly a floater? And, oh wait, he's an evil monster. Well, there you go.
He's an evil monster who skips leg day. He got those itty bitty legs and a little bitty thin tail. It's a weird sprite, and we're trying to Astos strats on Astos, throwing rub at him first turn. Fire 2's coming in, 36 damage. That's going to be enough to burn Astos down for killing our friend, the kindly old king, and taking his spot.
He didn't kill him.
Well, he did something with him. His body, there's no other sprites.
Put him to sleep, I guess. I don't know.
I wonder if maybe we lift up that chair. Maybe that's where the elf prince's dad is.
Maybe, I don't know.
Alright, so OFD through. Didn't check the spike tiles there in Northwest Castle, but open the boxes, doing the checks. Foregoing marsh. So where could our canoe be? It could be loose top few floors of earth. It could be loose in the marsh cave. It could be
volcano, ice cave.
Well, it can't be volcano or ice cave because we can't get there without.
Oh wait, we can't. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. It can't be in those.
So it could be there. We can't be the shop item. It can't come from the shop item because we know that that's the slab. So yeah, we're either going to Earth, Marsh, or gambling here with Crescent Lake.
The Marsh dive is looking like a good gamble right now. It really is. But we're going to check Crescent Lake first. It looks like on One Fine Day side. His Paranoia, meanwhile, is cruising around the Elfin Castle, walking around.
Yeah, just taking the scenic route, showing us all the elves that hang out there in the castle. Yeah, you got to kind of walk just south of that wall there. Yeah, it's a little tricky map edit. I know some of the towns in Dragon Warrior have similar layouts, and when you're a kid playing this, you don't know that. And you're just like, how do you get out there? How do I get out there and talk to that guy? But he gets it through, and he's going to head up to... Is he going to Marsh? Nope. Thought better of it.
So not being able to hop in the water, they're going to have to take the long walk around and fight some trolls and zombos. That's rather unfortunate because they're assaulting Fred right now.
Mm-hmm. And Paranoia figuring out what he's going to do. Going to stock up on some more items.
And Fred takes a fall. Not getting a lot of damage on the... Oh, there we go. There's the new coming out.
Yeah, that'll get it done. So level 8 for OFD at roughly the 18-minute mark. It's not terrible. With that key, it's kind of afforded us the opportunity to make a lot of key item checks instead of taking fights through an early dungeon. So that's the one downside to having a lot of open exploration in the early game. So you can kind of limit your early level progression, and then by the time you start ready to go into things, you're going into higher level dungeons at lower levels, and it can kind of be a slippery slope to climb. So FD taking a few fights here.
His Paranoia is stocked up at the item shop in Corneria, meanwhile, doing a save and now back out at the sea. And One Fine Day finishes another Zombo troll fight.
Yeah, so level 9, not bad. Come in here, do the check here. See what the old men are holding on to.
But first, the magic. We have nothing really good. And on the other side, we have Sleep 2 Confused. I didn't see the rest. It was too quick.
I saw Lightning 3 in the bottom slot, so that'll be good for Black Mage and Wizard, but the Red Magic, not so good here in Crescent Lake.
And we're going to go visit the kindly old men who are not walking around aimlessly today. They're just keeping a nice, beautiful circle today, I guess you can call it.
It's probably because that one's holding on to some explosives. They're all probably listening to him like, oh.
Yeah.
He's got them held hostage. So.
Well, sorry I had the bottle, so they didn't,
Yeah. Yeah, at least they haven't been drinking. So. OFD gonna double back to the Dwarf Cave, turn in that TNT, and continue this fetch chain. As it's Paranoia, heads into the Titan's Tunnel, gonna turn in his ruby, grab his crown, and the bottle from Sarda. Putting in work with that Harm 4 spell. I'd love to pick up Harm 4 if it's available.
Yeah, it's good for killing those undead creatures, especially once you get to Ice Cave. It's a good way just to zip your way through there.
Mm-hmm.
That's provided they don't come up with something nasty.
Gotta watch out for those sharks. So big wipe there for OFD, sends them back to Crescent Lake.
I think you got a save in there, so not too much time lost anyway. But still, having to go back sucks.
Yeah, probably lost about a minute. Which I don't know too much about his Paranoia, but it looks like he's running a pretty strong race,
We're on a good encounter cycle right now for one fine day, nothing for a little while here.
Yeah, see, my Paranoia would be kicking in right about now, and I'd be like, I need to drop a 10 just in case.
And crunch, 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 his Paranoia is through the Titan.
Dragon armor, that's a good find. And there's that Vorpal you spotted along with the crown.
Yep, that's his game changer, so he has both the Mazzoon and the Vorpal. We'll see if one gets thrown out the window in the Sky Palace later.
So you gotta hope that the cheeky memes don't accidentally make you drop the wrong sword.
Exactly.
Spiders with Frost show up with their friends, and there's the canoe. So OFD, solid progress here. 21 minutes 38 seconds. Going to be beelining for the Ryukun Desert to get airborne.
His Paranoia has to collect all the items again too.
Oh no.
Maybe he'll take the shot at getting out of here with exit first to get it back to that backside, but no, he's going to go for it again and take another shot at it. So he gets to celebrate getting the crown again. Dun, dun,
Yep.
dun, 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 dun.
Gets the initiative on the Gerwolves. Gonna run, fade run.
There are the Grey Wolves. Made it.
Alright. Camps outside, is gonna walk around to Sarda, get that bottle. OFD making his way. Okay, Cyclone, you're about to get airborne. 23 minutes into the seed, around there. You have the world at your fingertips. You've got you've got a bottle to turn in. What do you do after you go to Gaia?
It's a hard call. There's a lot of the incentive locations have already been found. If we want to, we could also go get the slab translated at Melman right now, so that's a possibility. If you want to get that out of the way, check level 5 magic. Go to Earth Cave, get that out of the way, possibly. I think, do we have the rod yet?
Not yet. So no one has actually bought the slab yet either, because it was pretty pricey. So OFD, as expected, doing the bottle turn in. I was thinking maybe he'll go to Cardia, dig that up, hope for some slab money. And, excuse me, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm kind of thinking he might go to Ice Cave and Volcano. Those might be two good possibilities right now to build up some experience points.
It's definitely possible. a early armory dive in the volcano is also pretty well advised. We've seen a lot of seeds where loose items end up in that second floor of the volcano. Opal bracelet, really nice to find. Really going to help the survivability of this party in any of the dungeons they do decide to go to.
But that does take one of our non-progressive items out of the pool, so that's another progressive item that we still have to locate somewhere.
And OFD headed to Ordeals, so imagine it's going to be Ordeals, a Cardia sweep into the waterfall, and into the Sea Shrine.
Sounds like it could be that. And check the... Well, I guess he doesn't need to check the vendor, but he can check the magic in the high levels while he's there too, if he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, we have a sleep block coming on here. Fred's the only one who's not affected. Boris woke up but didn't get his move. And Nuke does the job.
Yeah. Early Nuke is such an important aspect of any of these runs, where when you see Nuke locked out above level 5, it really kind of, not necessarily slows the rundown, but definitely changes the strategy. So having Nuke, this just becomes an efficiency and routing simulator, and OFD showing off his skills and all the experience that he has, is he's just making really quick work of this early game. But there's stone poison from the zombies, just to slow him down a little bit. Let his catch up.
Yeah, that's a wipe.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that maze again. Yeah, no ribbons. If that keeps happening, we might need to come back here with a ribbon later.
Mm-hmm. And getting zonked back to the beginning of the maze. No access to warp. Gonna slow this down just a little bit.
Well, at least the Argoyles are being hit by the nuke there, and just as Boris is cured of being stunned, he gets stunned again.
So, stun, you have a 25% chance to recover from a stun on your turn in every round. And Boris pops up. He's getting Chumbawumba'd right now. He gets knocked down and he gets up again and he gets knocked down.
Sorry, no standing for you.
And Paranoia gonna go do his crown turn in now, get his floater. He's probably gonna be pretty excited to see that. And we got a 4th pillar. I'm glad that
all the way.
I'm glad that other runners are getting to experience what I always experience racing.
He's back at the start of the maze, I think. So he has to do the 4th pillar again. And it sucks having to go all the way around this and find that you have another choice of 2 pillars, but at least that one cycles back to itself. This should be the end, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unrunnable man cats. That's scary when they got lit too. You don't want to see all 4 of them cast that. It's going to be even scarier in Sky when they show up in packs of 6.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not high priority, evidently, because they're not all casting. If it was high priority, you see a lot more of it. So, odds are in Sky, if they get to all go before you, there could be like 2 or 3 maybe casting it. That could still be really bad, though.
Absolutely. And Rockgoal's ambush coming out with damage poison. This isn't the Citadel of Trials for nothing.
Wow!
And Paranoia checking the spike tile here in Northwest Castle. Something OFD didn't do. Finds ghosts. Ghosts can be scary. They got poison touch.
That was death touch.
No, it was poison touch. It took 2 punches for Knack.
Oh, that was a damage hit. Okay.
Yeah. So, good experience though if you can survive the fight. A lot of those encounters on the seafloor have pretty good XP gains.
Well, the sodium chloride version of his salt party did not survive that fight, but he brought him back to life. He's going to give it another try.
Yeah, I like the play here. Get some early levels. This is a relatively safe place to take some fights. And they did not roll very high on health, so level 11 already. Each level that he gains is going to, or level 11 on the casters, each level that he gains is going to raise his base MDef and help him survive this stuff that OFD is seeing in ordeals. It's not going to be perfect, but it will help.
So he's going to head outside, may save, may go back in, may just, nope, he is saving. And is he going to head back in? Nope, he's leaving.
Yeah, he unfortunately didn't have a house, so was not able to recoup those charges as the Rockles continue their poisonous assault on OFD.
Ordeals might remain a mystery for a while. We're gonna have to see if this, if he can make his way around and get the item and get out of there.
Well, he's got. This might be a blessing in disguise if it's with the solo fighter here. He'll get some good levels, get some more swings on that Masa, and he's gonna be taking some fights. He's got decent armor. You kind of wish you were one-shotting these zombie Ds with the Masa, but we'll get there.
Yeah, a couple more levels.
And more importantly, Paranoia's got slab money.
7,618 experience points. That is nothing to scoff at.
No. That's 1/6 of a war mech. Just for some perspective on how much XP war mech actually gives. Pro ring, super nice find. I would have equipped that on the guy that's alive, along with that opal bracelet, but...
Speaking of Warmech, we've seen a lot of Warmechs in this tournament already too. I think all 3 races we saw at least one Warmech in those 3 races.
Yep, and my last race I commentated earlier today had a Warmech on. Only one runner saw it, but still good to see a robot friend.
We had a runner see it twice.
And we're running from Medusas with Sleep Touch. So that could be bad when they get paired up with those Mandcats and Lightning too. But he gets the runoff.
What's going to be?
Silver hat.
We have our loot. Now the loot is not something that's going to help us progression-wise for the most part for the rest of the seed, but there is only one place where it does come into play, and that is in the final dungeon, Temple of Fiends Revisited. We have to have it to get rid of the plate to get to the lower floors of that castle in the past. So we have to have it for that.
And more importantly, it is not loose. A loose loot is the worst thing in the world because it can't be gated behind progression. Like you can't find the canoe in Volcano unless you already have the airship and it's extended open progression or something like that. So like it can't. It's like the chime can't be in Mirage. Like so, if you're looking for a loose chime, you know that it's not going to be in all those boxes. But a loot, literally be anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah. It's one of those items that, and even the key could, to some extent, could be in that situation too. I think those are 2 items just like that.
Yep. And so far, we have no idea what our loose is. We're finding some good progression items early. We got the Oxia. We're still looking for that cube and chime. Still looking for a rod. But other than that, we're running pretty good. I wonder where Paranoia is headed to. He keeps drifting northward.
That is...
He's by the ice cave here. He needs to turn around and head south.
He's continuing north. Is he going back to Provoca?
I think
he took a wrong turn.
Yeah, he got lost a little bit. So that's something a lot of mistakes newer runners will make with sailing the high seas. It can get pretty confusing knowing where you are. Don't be afraid to use those map strats. Hold B, push select.
He veered to the left. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
He veered to the left, and he's going to have to come back around after doing that, so that's going to give him more possible encounters on the sea and more time getting back to the town.
Yeah, but the good news is he's going to get his canoe here and be in the air.
Kind of a convenient spot to get your canoe, too.
Yeah, the vanilla canoe. It's pretty cool.
And the slab money and translation has been completed. Lufane is available if One Fine Day chooses. I think he's going right there.
Yep. Yep. He's headed north, crossing the Peninsula of Power.
There it is.
That's right. It's TNT to
Oh.
Canoe.
Yeah, it was the TNT to Canoe. That's right.
It wasn't that convenient.
No. Well, what you said there for a second, I forgot it was the TNT myself.
Yeah. So, not saving walking out of here. There we go. I'm in his mind. Maybe that's why he's paranoid.
Who knows? Just get right back off on the other dock. There you go. Not ready to leave yet. Lupa no longer is said by these fine people, and we're going to go to the one in the lower corner down here of this right side and see what we get. It is the Adamant. Back to the Dwarf Cave.
Yep.
Hooray!
So all these key items showing up, these fetch quests, while they can be inconvenient, kind of sending us all over the world, turning things in, every one that we find gets us a little bit more experience, though. So XP with these flags, for every key item, it is boosted by 5%. So
now I don't think we've seen a chime or either chime or a cube yet. So I know Waterfall's still open. I think we still have Sea Shrine open for the mermaid floor there. We have 2 loose, obviously. So still some places to find it here.
Thor Hammer, that's not what you want to see. So vendor item not required. OFD headed down. I mentioned we're going to sweep the Cardias and go to Waterfall and Sea Shrine, which is what I thought he was going to do, but got distracted by the fetch quest.
We are going to check the vendor. The vendor has houses for sale. And for maximum pain, buying them one at a time.
Well, he didn't have enough money to buy a whole stack of 10, yeah.
Exactly.
So our tracker pointing out Temper was at level 5, so I missed that. So that's pretty good. So
that's probably about the limit of where you want to see. Yeah. Ideally, it would be 4 and below, but 5 at least you have some use for it where you really need it. And we're going to look for that power bonk because that'll be much more useful for that purpose.
Yeah. But here we go. Let's see what this waterfall's got for us. Big pack of mummies are just going to run.
Don't want to give them a chance to cast anything. So Mudgull so far not as dangerous as its rock formation.
Yeah, Mudgull's pretty good XP too if you have the means to kill them in one round. Otherwise, they do punch pretty hard.
And one mummy got a punch in, but the rest of them got fired.
So as we're making our way through the waterfall, we really kind of want to see. I think a tail would be cool here. We get to promote, get to equip that dragon armor that we found earlier.
That is near. That's Cardias Islands is nearby. That would be a convenient location for it. Exactly. We're gonna check. I wonder if we'll go to the Sea Shrine after we leave the waterfall. That might be an interesting play. We've got some poison right now, though. We're gonna get some poison music.
Yeah. Where's SVJ Mr. Versetti at? The other nice thing about where we are with our levels is we're right around that mid-teen. I saw out of bounds bet down there.
I was just gonna say that, yeah.
We're kind of right around the mid-teens, right when that knight will start picking up spell charges. So we'll definitely get all 4 of our spell charges if we get an early tail with the knight.
His paranoia cruises around the Peninsula Power and decides not to stop there yet. So I don't think he has a slap translated yet. There's our chime. That's almost like a French vanilla because normally he has the cube.
Loose herb. Loose herb and waterfall. Okay. First loose found.
Starting to open up a little bit for one fine day here, finding a couple of very useful items here.
And the best thing about that loose location is Paranoia won't miss it. It's a free check while you're doing the waterfall. You're not going to skip that. If that herb is required.
Yeah, you're not going to gain or lose on that because the only gain or loss is who checks it first and does it lead to a significant advantage somewhere.
Ooh, heal 3 and life at level 8 in Gaia. And lock at level 8, so decent white magic locked out from OFD.
Did we see life 2 yet?
We do have life 2. But heal 3. Heal 3 is one of the spells that I really like to have. It saves time being able to cast heal 3 when you're in places like the Ice Cave or as Paranoia picks up his Opal Bracelet or the Volcano, instead of menuing in and heal pot, heal pot, heal pot, heal pot, you can just cast 1 or 2 heal 3s and you're back to full.
It feels like you're wasting time having to hit 30 for each heal and not just being able to say, use 5 or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. So let's see where Paranoia heads to now. Looks like he's going to head to the Onrak continent. And he'll head into the waterfall. So, yeah.
One fine day takes out the big eye and the shark that is with it. Speaking of heal pots. A little bit of gold. Now off to see what the mermaids have. So far, a whole lot of nothing. 3 gold in that one chest.
Yeah.
So over here, we do have the incentivized item on. So what is going to be in these chests? There's our silver helmet, a house. This is the one tail.
Perfect timing for that tail.
Yep. Now, we still have loose, so he is going to check the other chests on this floor, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. Now OFD's brain is working. He's thinking about, okay, I have this herb to turn in. I know the crystal's still out there. I know the adamant's still out there. All of those could all be on the same chain to one item. So we still have to find the power bonk. So power bonk could be loose, which would mean our loose item isn't required.
So he just dropped the opal helmet and kept the silver one for Boris. I'm actually a little puzzled by that, but he is at least picking up the pro ring, which is obviously a good call.
I think the heal helmet's good enough absorb for the knight, and he's probably going to hope that he finds a ribbon.
Ah.
And he gets out. Does he dive? He's going to go back in and dive the left side now. He did orphan 3 chests on the way to the mermaids. He orphaned TFC, the north of TFC, and the bottom left on that floor. So hopefully those 3 chests don't come back to bite him.
Here is the question that comes to my mind. Are we going to see the Kraken fight already, or is he just going to raid the chest and leave?
Absolutely. We got level 2 Brack, we got 2 casters, we got a Masa. This Kraken's going to die on this dive. There's no way that OFD comes back and does left side and doesn't kill the Kraken.
That's what I was thinking too. But he would do it on one sweep if he can.
Yeah, and he's got real good levels. That fighter's level 20 already. Those solo levels that he got walking out of ordeals with that fighter are paying dividends right now. He's just a few levels away from getting another hit with that Masa.
So barring a nasty Kraken roll in the early going here, we should be good for that fight.
Mm-hmm. We got Dangwoo in chat. Masa already? Yes, sir. We had Masa in the Dwarf Armory. The king gave us the key. This has been a jet seat if I ever rolled one.
And we also had the game changer, the Vorpal, also hanging out just with a Titan next to the crown.
And there's Paranoia marking down his first loose item found. We don't know what that herb turns into just yet, but early exit making these exploration dives feel very safe. Giving our runners a lot of confidence to be able to clear these out, because push comes to shove, we can always exit out and regroup and come back in.
And the reason we don't know what that herb is yet is because One Fine Day went straight to the Sea Shrine, so it's Paranoia probably going to do the exact same thing right now. They're following each other at this point. And at some point we will stop in and check on the good king, the good elf king, and see what he has for us.
Mm-hmm. So here comes Paranoia on his sea dive, gonna get his tail. We'll see if he checks those 3 chests that OFD skipped. If OFD skipped those checks, the early advantage that he has will start to dwindle, and there's warp, so no warp trick until we're level 20 and promoted. That Black Wizard won't get that charge for the first slot of Black Magic until level 20. So, which will may delay an ice dive. I don't know. We still might try to make it work with.
So this Paranoia is going by the gravesite there. He's showing off all of Onrak here, it looks like, and now going to head down to the Sea Shrine himself. Or try to dive in the water first. That didn't work. Now he'll go to the Sea Shrine, get rid of the mermaid with legs, who will say save the mermaids.
And OFD clearing out these last few checks in Sharknado. 4 Grey Worms, not a tile you really want to take. Those things can roll really high on health and aren't really worth the XP.
I haven't seen every single chest here, but I don't think I've seen anything really good on this side yet. There's 322 gold. I saw one that had 3 gold on this side as well. Yeah. So,
this is it. Last
there's
4
a big
boxes.
Room. That was the Opal Gauntlet, and that's so far the best item of that room. But at this point, we have a lot of items, so it may not be needed. And there is some more gold and more air.
So nothing doing here in Sharknado floor.
That was air in the water, by the way.
I mean, it's a scuba tank exploding underwater, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So here we go. We're going to make the dive over to the Kraken area right now. We are on the first floor. That means that we are going to see our first Fiend fight. Kind of funny that Kraken is going to be our first Fiend fight, but hey, here we are. And there's the water showing up now, and Fred gets everyone away.
All right, let's see if Paranoia checks those 3 boxes that OFD skipped.
I wonder if they're going to be big boxes here. Let's see.
And he is. He's going right to TFC.
If it's an important loose, this could be costly.
Mm-hmm. If this is cube or rod, that would be huge.
If it's a cube or a rod, it could be almost fatal. We'll find out.
Mm-hmm. I think rod for sure. Cube.
Having to come back just costs time. But in any case, One Fine Day is healing up and release the Kraken.
We're going to swing, we're going to nuke, and we're going to fast. So not even relying on the Brack pedal. We're just going to hit fast, get the good turn order. Moss's swing comes in 6 hits, 386, backed up with a nuke for 322, and Kraken bursts into a ball of tentacles and blue juice.
That was a nice, convenient kill, and Dan unfortunately was not alive to see it, so he won't get any of the glorious experience.
They'll tell him about it later.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They'll talk about it at the rap party.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine OFD's routing here is going to be Cardia, checks, promotion, herb turn-in.
Did you see those 3 items, by the way, that Paranoia just checked?
That was the 3 gold, 311 gold, soft potion.
Ew. Yeah, so
that first room in Mermaids.
Nothing. No, yeah, I meant the 3 chests that he hadn't checked. I know One Fine Day checked those first 3 in the Mermaid room.
I don't think Paranoia checked the 3 out of the way chests on TFC floor yet.
No, those are the ones I was asking about.
Yeah, he did not check them.
So neither runner has checked those. Oh my, this could be interesting.
Well, we'll see if Paranoia comes back.
Meanwhile, the Cardia Treasury.
Not holding on to too much.
Just a useless falchion there, and I say useless falchion because we already have much better weapons.
Procape's a good find. It's the only shield item available for the white and black mage. The best shield for a mage. The red mage also able to equip a buckler.
And some worms go down. One fine day is heading back to the airship. Gonna get back in the sky and set right back down. A little bit of gold. A small pure potion and a soft potion.
Alright, it's time to promote. Let's go to... Oh, nope. How about some Saber Tea Catmans first? We'll throw out Ice 3 and Nuke.
Well, the Catmen didn't last very long. Well, 2 of them didn't.
So, Paranoia also skipping the boxes on TFC floor. It's a risky play. It's a gamble. This is a casino-themed tournament, so folks are going to gamble.
Yeah, it's a risky one to make in a place like She's Shrine.
But hey, we're going to get to put on all this fancy equipment that we got. Opal Shield, Dragon Armor. Equip that heal helmet.
Yep, now that we're all grown up, we can wear all the big boy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Cleaning up our inventory. Picked up the defense sword. I'm assuming that was in the Cardia treasury there. It's a nice find.
I didn't catch that. Maybe it was.
Yep. It's definitely a win condition.
We are going to get a check of the herb on the prince now, so the herb will release the prince from his curse. And here, go smash up some tiles in the Earth Cave.
It's pretty good.
So I think that's a good next stop, since we are overpowered for that fight at this time.
Looks like he's going to favor chest density.
Ooh, favoring the Ice Cave.
Yeah, that's a good call. We still have this our final incentivized location. So we're hoping that this is like a crystal to a cube and not a crystal to a power bonk with a loose cube. Or maybe it's just a cube in general. So running out of options for what we're looking for here.
Can it be a Rubik's Cube?
It could be.
Let's see how bad this Ice Cave is today, but at One Fine Day's level is probably not too bad. I say as he gets ambushed by a bunch of undead creatures. Who aren't doing very much.
They do have that stun touch.
It's not affecting him too badly, though.
Yeah. If you're OFD, you want this to be the cube. If you're Paranoia, you want it to be the crystal to the power bonk, and then the loose cube wherever you're going next. Like you don't want it. You want it to fall outside of OFD's path here, because you're gonna need some time to catch up.
Yeah, Paranoia is gonna want to find that cube somewhere where One Fine Day has not been yet. The problem is right now, Paranoia is where One Fine Day has been. Mm-hmm. And we know he's not going to find it right now because he's skipping the 3 chests where that cube, for all we know, could be hiding right now, and both runners could be missing it.
Nice tile for OFD here.
And the sorry is, well, 3 of them fade. There goes the 4th one. And that is some good experience.
I wonder if he's not going to take the fight again. So more than happy to get levels along the way. Can't really fault him for it. This is another decent XP fight. Those Frost Gators have a lot of XP.
Will he do another run on the trap tile, though? I doubt it. I wonder if he'll work on the eyes. Yep, not staying here. He knows he has to clean out the other chests here. So the eyes could be a possibility later.
Yeah.
That's just gold in that room.
Paranoia cleaning up this Sharknado floor. He got those 4 boxes left to open. And he'll make his dive for Kraken, the Fiend of the Sea. And Paranoia taking down a whole pack of sea-shaped monsters that live in the sea.
Very, very light experience fight. You don't want to get that one.
And did he skip? Maybe he skipped Sharknado room?
I don't think there was anything important in there, so that
Yeah.
it is a gamble, but it's going to work for him in that case.
Yeah, he's gambling. So. And OFD only opening the 2 boxes here in the 6-box room?
No, he did the other 4. I saw.
Okay, I didn't see him do the first 4. I was looking at Paranoia's screen.
No, I saw him do all 4. There was a giant sword in one of them.
I'm surprised I missed that. It's a really big sword.
There's the gray peeds. One of them.
Decent XP, but usually roll pretty high on health.
Another pure pot, and just some more gold. So we got 3 more chests here, then we're going to get to see what the incentivized item is, and we're going to, if he doesn't go and fight the eye for a while, he's going to probably pull out an exit from there.
So, on its Paranoia side, you can kind of see the newer player nerves coming. You know that he's watched people race this game before, but down here, first SRL race of this game, and you can see he's opening doors that he doesn't really need to be opening on the Kraken floor, so he'll watch this VOD back, and I guarantee you these will be mistakes that he never makes again.
Yeah, once you make a mistake once, you very rarely will make the same mistake twice when it comes to something like opening a door you don't need to go into.
Yeah. And I get it, these maps can be super confusing. I played this game a lot as a kid, and then when I was coming back into the randomizer, and
there's our cube.
There's our go mode. So just shy of an hour, OFD is in and out and gonna run downstairs, take care of Carrie, and his levels are already really good. OFD is cruising right now.
So I'm going to say, I didn't catch the exact second, but I'm just going to say at 55 minutes and 55 seconds, because that's a nice number. One Fine Day is in go mode.
Gonna open a free box. Gonna open the cluster. I don't blame him here, because he's still looking for a ribbon. Yeah, you're still looking for a ribbon. But what I was saying is, like, the especially the seafloor, there's a lot of winding paths, hyenas with damage poison.
Ooh.
You can easily get lost down there if you don't know the exact pathing for how you're supposed to go. So Paranoia won't make that mistake again, I'm sure of it.
I remember exploring that floor as a kid, and I remember getting lost there for sure. There goes Toth. We did find a copper bracelet so far. Not much else so far in the first few chests. So let's see what else we can find down here once we get through these fire, of course.
Very high health fires.
Yeah, Fred takes a hit, but they get out of it. And there is some gold, there is some gold, and there's a silver hammer. And a tomahawk. Lots of silver.
Yeah. So we're going to exit. We're just going to leave the armory.
He wants to get his black mage back, I believe. We need to go bring him back and then hop back in.
Okay, I thought he had access to a life spell. But that must have been on Paranoia's screen. With life.
He's checking the magic. Maybe he's getting life now. Is that where it was? Yes, life 2. He has it now.
That's right, it was promotion locked. So, we have life 2. Time to go finish this off. I would imagine OFD will... I'm going to go ahead and call it now. Barring any major misfires, he will be in the Temple of Fiends at the 1 hour and 8 minute mark.
In 10 minutes, wow, okay.
Yeah. Because I don't think he's going to open up any boxes.
He does a whole circle of fire there.
A little mini victory lap. So,
yeah.
Paranoia is struggling a little bit here with the Kraken fight. Knackle got punched down in a one-shot. Here comes a Brack. Ineffective. Fire 2. We're gonna try the fog strats. Here comes a Brack.
Oh. One Fine Day is taking a few free chests along the way here.
Alright, OFD, you're throwing off my guess here. Alright, so never mind that 108.
You want to try again?
By 115, he'll be in over. I didn't realize he was going to be opening so many boxes. Yeah, he definitely wants a ribbon.
He's definitely after the ribbon. He'll probably clean out if he doesn't have ribbon by the time he goes into Mirage Tower, which is really surprising, but it could happen. Then he's probably going to clean out a bunch of chests in there too.
Paranoia loses the fight to Kraken and resets.
Oh.
There's his ribbon. Alright, so at 59.40, I'm going to say he's probably going to stop opening boxes. And... okay, 59.40. I'm going to go ahead and say... I'll agree with Thundercloud in chat and say 112. But I'll Price is Right rule him and say 111. Be the closest without going over. And here comes Carrie. We're going to nuke and fast. Good turn order there, getting the nuke off first and the fast off. Here comes a fasted Masa. 8 hit 742. Carrie got a lot of health. Another swing from the Masa. 8 hit 635 and down goes Carrie.
Yeah, if we're doing Price is Right rules, I'm taking 110.
Alright, I love it. Paranoia making some preparations, continuing his dive to get his revenge on Kraken.
And this Paranoia getting the multi-sea or Sahag fight.
Those sea-shaped sea monsters. My commentary partner from my previous race, Dangwu, thought that they were named Sahags because they were shaped like the letter C. And then it was during that broadcast that he learned that Sahags had a face.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny. So we just saw the blue dragon not on its regular trap tile in the Mirage Tower here.
Yeah, so Encounter 8s are back in the pool after being gone for almost over a year now. There was a bug in the encounter table and off by one coding error that prohibited Encounter 8s from ending up in the randomizer. So for so long we didn't see a lot of these dragons in the dungeons. But they're back. FFR 2020 Spring Tournament. So many dragons in this dungeon.
It's always fun seeing the Gassies. I still have trouble with them even level 25 when I was a kid.
Oh yeah. Ice 3 coming in. So OFD taking a few fights along the way, the ones he knows he can do in one round. And Paranoia, again, routing through the second floor of C.
Oh, I see
Sure
some speed bumps. I see some speed bumps on One Fine Day's side, and they're not falling.
Wow, and they've got wall. So about my 110 or 111.
Yeah, you're now the 110 is starting to look bad. I bet you might should go to a 113 now.
All right, let's walk backwards. How long does it take to clear Earth Cave?
Just diving straight down, probably about 3-4 minutes if you don't have too many encounters.
All right, getting through the rest of Ice or Sky Mirage, maybe 3-4 minutes. So 8 to 10 minutes, yeah. So yeah, I think 108. Or I'm sorry, 110 to 112 is still a decent guess here. OFD is super quick. He's gonna make quick work of this for sure.
But if he keeps taking fights, then yeah, we're gonna be wrong.
Yeah. But it's important that he's taking fights here because he wants to get some more levels just to ensure that his Topher dive is going to be as safe as possible.
We're down to one Whiz Mummy, and a nice 5-hit shot for 441 damage takes that out. And we have some bad men.
So even the fights we don't want to take, we have to take. Paranoia running from a Naga.
Yeah, that's what you get for taking all the other fights. Now you're going to be forced to take them all. Enjoy. Except for this one.
And is Paranoia back onto the Sharknado floor? There's an eye.
Yeah, then not gonna burn it. Not gonna open chests on this third floor.
This encounter table is something else.
Yeah, this is not going well right now in terms of the encounter table. Bad part of it.
Yep.
So we're coming up to the 5th floor, about 1 floor away, ladies and gentlemen. Get your Warmike hype in chat. We need to see a robotic mastermind here.
Mm-hmm. We need something to impede OFD's progress here. Let Paranoia catch up a little bit.
It needs to be a really strong one to have that happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, if it's something that wipes him out, that will help Paranoia's chances here.
Yep, it will a bit. First encounter not working in his favor for that, and his warriors have now basically lost their IQ.
They didn't slow down. They had their shoelaces tied together.
Yeah.
And Nachos, pretty beefy Nachos, took a hit for 462 and still maintained its structural integrity.
We did not see any robotic mastermind today, so we're going to go straight to the Tiamat fight. And let's see, he's tempering up the Knight. And the Knight is going to also be fasted. And that should make it, well, there goes Toth. He did his job. And 880 instant termination.
But that's still really good for OFD because that gets more levels on the Knight and the Red Wizard. So we're going to pick that Black Mage back up. We're going to drop a house. We're going to run to our airship. And we're going to go head to the Earth Cave. And if we can clear that in the next 5 minutes, I'll be right on my timing. Alright. Paranoia has his revenge, gets through Kraken 2, lights his first orb at the hour 6 mark. And is going to restock up. Where are we going, Paranoia?
And into Cave. And normally this is the first fiend we handle. In One Fine Day's case, it's going to be the last fiend we handle, and it's not going to take very long.
Nope, the bats are getting out of his way.
Except that one.
Except that one. They were getting out of his way before that. Alright. Paranoia. Running strong for a new runner. So I've done commentary for a lot of these races with a lot of the newer runners, and with the way Swiss is structured, you could end up with a new player like Paranoia running against an old pro like OFD, and the race is going to look really one-sided. But you put as the Swiss progresses and Paranoia begins getting matched up with other newer players, I wouldn't sleep on this guy. He's doing a pretty good job.
I think I remember him. I think he was in the Platypus Invitational, if I'm not mistaken. I think I remember seeing him there, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different event. But yeah, I have seen him run before. He is a decent runner. I have seen him pull off some wins. So just had a little bit of bad luck with the Kraken for it today. Other than that, not too bad.
Yep, and he's going to come in here. And if he clears this out, he will end up with his ribbon as well. OFD checking the free chest there.
Was there something in that room? I didn't see it.
There was a chest with a little bit of money in it, I think. I didn't see if there's anything else in front of it.
Yeah, I looked over his Paranoia. I looked back and I saw an empty room. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it's a strange design from the original game developers to put that room with those little partitioned walls like that. Like, it's almost like they forgot to put something in there. Like, maybe that's the room that Lich was supposed to be in. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that was originally Lich's room, and they decided, you know what, let's add 2 more floors.
Yeah.
And we're on the 4th floor now. We're going to make our way to the last staircase in the upper left corner, eventually.
Wizards ambushing just to run away. Gotta tell them to make up their mind.
And on to Lich. Are we going to get a free ride all the way to Lich? Let's find out. Yes.
Wow, nice hero run there. And how's this fight going to go? We're just going to fight and nuke.
Done. Done. Oh, lucky maybe not. Almost. Oh, wow. He has a lot of HP.
Lich over 600 HP. Here comes a second nuke for 312. That will evaporate the Fiend of the Earth, and we light our fourth orb at the 1 hour 9 minute mark. Tiger's ambushing just to run away. Like, hey, wait. Oh, no, never mind. We don't want to fight you. As our light warriors leave the Earth Cave covered in Lich goo.
Now I'm going to stock up at the Black Magic shop here. Probably going to go to Corneria for the item shop. If he went straight to the temple, I'd be pretty good on the 110 guess right now.
Yeah, so he's going to come. Wait, I feel pretty good about my my time still, because he's going to come in here. He's going to do some last minute preparations.
Oh, I might still be going on the 110. He has to get to 111 before it goes to you. Remember the going over rule.
Well, but we're 5 seconds away from going over. 3 seconds.
No, we're at 110 right now. So as long as he goes in during this minute. We're arguing about Price is Right rules, ladies and gentlemen. As it's Paranoia takes out some iguanas, I believe that was on the other side. And his salt party is working his way through the volcano.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is he didn't do the ice cave to get that cube, and still has to claim his rod and loot. So, few fetch quests that he needs to turn in.
And we're now in the Temple of Fiends, and we get assaulted by spiders again. And he doesn't like that, so he resets it, goes back in, and gets a ghoul, and decides to just run away from that. And gets rid of the orb, and at 110.41, I win the game, and we are in the past.
Let's see if he resets out. Like, I would reset out of that fight. Especially they got glance. No, thank you. Just, I would reset. Just so I could be right. Alright, yeah, so his Paranoia still needs to go to Ordeals to grab that loot. He still needs to turn in that herb for the rod, and he needs to go to ice. So I think an important takeaway lesson for It's Paranoia here is you absolutely positively want to prioritize your incentive locations first before full clearing Fiend dungeons. So Paranoia, when you watch this back, try to prioritize your Fiend dungeon or your incentive dungeons first. Kind of help you clear up your go mode routing. And we got Grimps. We got those rubby Grimps on the spike tile.
That is a weird trap tile.
And we're gonna validate our run with a house.
Too bad we can't use it.
Yep.
So this time is looking good so far. We could be looking at a 1, depending on how the Fiend refights go, we could be looking at a 118, 119, I'm thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. This could be a sub 120 very easily. If nothing is scary here.
But very often, something ends up being scary here.
Yeah, and one of the other advantages that while Paranoia has access to all the white magic with that white mage, OFD's party comp, the way magic rolled in this seed, running 3 party members, basically, once he got airborne, really sped up his leveling.
And poor Dan not getting to see any of it.
He's pretty tired. He did all that running earlier.
Yeah, he needs a nap. They'll slug him around.
And the Agamas with Death Touch. So this could be
a
problem. This could be a problem for OFD.
This is, that's interesting.
This could be a problem with OFD when he hits the fire floor. If he hits that 4-pack of Agamas and they're unrunnable, if they get an ambush, this could be bad.
Were they unrunnable for his Paranoia?
It's a different tile formation.
Okay.
When it's 4, so.
That could be one of those game changers. More than a Vorpal in this case.
And we don't know anything else they may have. Luckily, unlike that, the Gurmadusa of Death Seed from last year, an Urswith Glance. So things not playing too nice here, and the Temple of Fiends are visited. We're
And
lucky that the Agamas only roll in packs of 4, not upwards of 7 like the Gurmadusas.
And apparently the Earths also do some snorting on the side.
Well, we're practicing that harm reduction model, so.
And here we are on Speed Bump version 2.0. Let's see how bumpy it is. 213, Fire 2 for 57, another Fire 2 for 59, and we're going to get a nuke from our Speed Bump.
So low rolls from that nuke, but vanilla script so far for Lich. Vorpal Swing doing Vorpal things, 3 hits 173, Masa coming back, 3 hits 113. Lich demanded some respect. One hit from the Masa and 20 damage. Lich
this
shows
is not much
his
of a
fire.
Speed Bump today. I don't think we have Life 2 for One Fine Day, do we?
We do, and Zap comes out, and we are on man mode.
Wow.
Here.
And not the man you want to have on this. And Zap is out and doesn't work.
Another Zap, and this Lich has over 1,000 HP.
This tempo might be high today.
Gets the initiative, 3 hits 129, OFD, through the Lich 2 fight. Needs to sort of collect himself here a little bit.
So we have 4 charges left of Life 2, and he's going to have to get through 3 more Fiends before getting to Chaos.
And if these Agamas show up...
Yeah, and if the Fiends are also nasty along the way, he could be out of resources.
So far, so good. Lots of encounters, but not the Agamas. The other thing is, OFD doesn't know that those Agamas have Death Touch.
Probably on the last stretch coming out here, he's going to run into a pack of them, I'm thinking. Nope, 2 Grey Worms. He got lucky.
Right. And no respect for Carrie, just walks right onto it. We're going to fast, we're going to temper.
Well, he already
punches 686.
He already healed and didn't have a lot of damage, so I don't think it's a case of disrespect.
Masa swing 7 hits 607, so Carrie goes down a lot quicker. And let's see what's on this water floor. And I think there's nerves at play here, OFD. He wasn't expecting that Lich to do what it did to him, because he's taking a couple missteps here. It's not something you normally see OFD do.
Hero run on the water floor. We know this is a really good part of the encounter table, but he got it on one of the better floors to get it on.
Let's see what Kraken's got. We're gonna defense, we're gonna temper, and we're gonna fast. So sort of crossing our fingers, hoping. Oh, and Krak comes out. So we have to make an adjustment. We're gonna double down on nukes. Nuke comes out 181. Second nuke fires off 222. Kraken punches out the Black Wizard. Here comes another nuke. 196. Kraken free round with the ink.
Done.
Kraken punches Fred. So at 117, OFD comes back into the and you can see his nerves. He's rattled. He's going to collect himself, and he's going to do it here on this dive. He's going to try to attempt get this through.
This is a very tough Kraken today.
As its paranoia promotes with Bahamut. Gonna walk outside of casting exit. The door is left open a little bit longer. Paranoia really needs to stand on the gas pedal here and start going fast if he's going to try to catch up to OFD, because OFD now has all this information all the way up to Kraken 2. And I think in the future we're going to put, well, see, but that's the thing, we only have the one ribbon. We might prioritize casting Wall in future fights to protect that knight, because we're going to need him, but we can't put the ribbon on him because we need the Red Wizard too.
Now, something I'm noticing is that he also still has all 4 knights. His paranoia has all 4, I should say, light warriors, not knights. All 4 light warriors still alive. Do you think that is helping or hurting him at this point?
It's hurting him as far as XP growth and leveling up. It will help him in that it gives him an extra target, it gives him an extra spellcaster, it gives him all of the white magic that the Red Wizard couldn't cast. So it's kind of you take some, you You take some, and you leave some. So question from chat, wall doesn't stop nuke, does it? No, but it will stop crack, and that's the problem with Kraken right now. So Kraken doing Kraken things with the crack, and it's Paranoia heading into ordeals to get his... I think this was the rod? Let me look at these notes.
I think it was the rod.
Loot. This was the loot.
Oh, it was the loot. You're right. Okay.
I hope he remembers
rod...
that he...
I'm trying to remember where the rod was now.
Rod was the elf prince, so he has the
That's
herb.
what I thought.
To go turn it in. And we're going to check this often skipped spike tile. We're going to find some frosties.
Okay, so let's remember that One Fine Day now has another shot to run into the Agama herd. This could be very vital information for him if he eventually runs into it and finds his that boar suddenly falls dead, or Fred especially suddenly falls dead.
Yeah, because he is in here off a different encounter table, or a different part of the encounter table.
Right.
And Paranoia getting the information that this is not going to be a quick pillar maze. This is a 4-pillar maze followed by 2 50-50s, so... And these Gurmedusas doing their best to slow OFD down. Burning his nuke resources.
Yeah, you want those nuke resources when the fiends are tough.
And when a Gurmedusa can take a nuke on the chin, you know they rolled high.
Yeah. There's the Sarias once again, and then running away from those.
Definitely running from anything that we get advantage on, as Paranoia finds the Zombols with stone poison. We got Gregory Puff in chat. Good to see you, Gregory Puff. And here comes that fight with Lich. We're going to respect him a little bit more and just throw all the nukes we can at him. Swing from the Masa, 4 hits, 456. Here comes a nuke, off for 200. This Lich has got about 1300 HP. So we're gonna sit on our hands with the mages and let Boars do his thing.
And looks like Lich did go down once again. So not really a speed bump today in this particular circumstance, but Carrie went down easily last time. The problem is we still have Agama with Death Touch that we might run into here. There's 3 Grey Worms. He's finding a lot of Grey Worms on this floor. And are we going to get another chance at an encounter here? No, right into Carrie without even stopping.
Alright. So we're going to fast and temper Boars. We know Carrie doesn't have a whole lot of health. And fires out with the rub. So I'd imagine we're going to fight, and we're going to fight and wait. Yeah. Carrie should fall. Oh, Carrie bringing the thunder from down under.
Now just needs the lightning to go with it.
A little thunder, a little lightning, and down goes Carrie 2 once again.
990 damage to take him out, or her out, I guess it is. And let's see if he gets another hero run on the waterfall. I don't think he's at that point in the encounter table this time around. Nope. Water is very quick.
Alright, looks like Paranoia is his last 50-50. And he is through, so does not get zonked back to the beginning of the Pillar Maze.
Yeah, the zonks are something you don't want to see.
Yeah, it's so frustrating, especially when you don't have warp. Because it's... I don't know about everybody else, but I keep a very poor memory of the pillars that I'm going through.
If I see a room and I'm like, I've been here before, I would instantly pull out a warp. And I don't think Paranoia meant to go over that trap tile again. Maybe he did. He wants the experience, perhaps.
I think Dangwu left a banana peel down there for him. And now with Kraken one-punching the life caster, Nuke comes out, 104. 2 hits, 156. This Kraken's got some evade. And there's 147 with 1 hit. Nuke comes out, 199. We're doing okay. We're going to try to fast that night because we're missing now. So we're working backwards. And there's Crack. So Kraken doing Kraken things, and Paranoia taking a rock gold grind. Hasn't seen the damage poison yet. So, playing with fire here. And OFD, I'm curious how tilted he is. Because I know that he probably feels ahead, but with every wipe.
With every wipe, you're starting to think, should I go grind something?
Yeah. So, we want to talk about the advantages of a 4-man versus a 3-man party when it comes to the Fiends. An advantage with a 4-man party is basically a free evasion stack. Like I'm wondering on this dive if he'll resurrect that ninja and just put him on the front.
I would do it.
Yeah, just let him take the first hit and then use that round to buff up boars with like lock 2s and fasts, and then just have boars go to town, because we have no idea how much HP Kraken has, but at 230%, that Kraken can roll pretty high.
And I would put the life caster at the very bottom of the party and hope that Kraken doesn't go to the back row.
Yeah, which Kraken does have a tendency to do.
Yeah. And Boris is stunned against the Medusas, who ambushed. That shouldn't cause too many problems, even though 12 hits and 12 damage. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember the race between Will and Trenton, where this green Medusa went to town on both of them.
Oh yeah, the Tristluck and Lucleosis in last year's spring tournament. That was one of our most popular races in FFR history.
That was one of the legendary ones.
Yeah, and there's Lich's nuke.
Not even gonna waste time. Life cast is gone.
Gotta go fast.
Gonna give it another try. So we thought this was gonna be a sub 120. This is turning into anything but.
Yeah, that's the thing they call TFR the Great Equalizer. OFD has been in here for about 16 minutes now, and it's gotta be sort of in his head a little bit. You can tell, like, he's talking to the loot plate. There's nerves at play here. He's probably pretty frustrated. I'd imagine there's some 4-letter words coming out on his stream, and just trying to bear down and get this thing finished. He wants to win. He wants to get into the 1-0 brackets, or the 1-0 pool for the Swiss.
Yeah.
Paranoia racing clean, not as fast as OFD, but then again, not many people are. And Paranoia, if he's thorough and consistent, might have a better shot here with that white mage being up.
And Paranoia getting himself a Tyro steak before leaving the peninsula. 2,114 food points there. And for those of you joining us just now, I'm Cyclone, joined by Caleb. We are calling a race in the Final Fantasy Randomizer 2020 Spring Tournament here, and this is week 1. We had a free canal play, which showed up very early today in the with a very quick mystic key leading to it in the Corneria Armory. So it wasn't really hiding too well today, and a lot of the things just found a place early on this seed. The canoe was the last time it found a place, but we had an early floater. We had an very early. Obviously, the ship was on the water already. But so we had a very quick access to the air, but things have been going very smoothly for One Fine Day, and then he went into Temple of Fiends Revisited, and, well, it's not going well for him now.
Yep. So I threw the Discord link out there in the chat if you want to come by and hang out. We have a lot of races going on every week. We have 74 participants in the spring tournament this year. That means 37 matches a week that we need to fill crews for. So if you're out there, you're watching this on Dang Woo's YouTube in maybe in like a week or so, you want to be involved, you want to help out, come on over to the Discord. You can find it also on the website, finalfantasyrandomizer.com. You can join the Discord from there, get set up with a spectator role so you won't miss any of this action as it happens all through the spring going into June. We'll also have the need, like I said, if you want to help out with commentary, you want to join Cyclone, you want to come up here with me, you want to be in the booth with Edgeworth, with all the great voices we have in this community.
Regular Puff.
Gregory Puff in chat hanging out, Dangwoo hanging out. You want to be here with doing comms with them. No other way to do it but than to join the Discord. We'll get you up to speed. We can use all the help we can get. Or if you don't want to be on the mic talking, you just want to help out as best you can be like our very own Ragnarok784 doing the tracking for us. Trying to be like Danny383, the queen of the trackers herself. But Ragnarok's doing a wonderful job for us. So OFD, back onto this Lich fight. And Lich...
Paranoia find the white shirt. I don't know if One Fine Day picked that up or not.
Oh, OFD blew through Ice Cave, or blew through Earth Cave.
Volcano? Oh, was it Earth Cave? Oh. It was Earth Cave, yeah.
So, getting that Earth, that white shirt rather, huge pickup there. Couple that with the defense swords could be real good. There's our Agamas, and it's unrunnable.
Oh, this is fun. Ice 3 is going to melt them quickly. Nope, 2 of them are still alive.
And they got 2 hits, and...
Ooh. No death.
So, doesn't have the information, so if he gets through this fight, he won't ever find that out, but we're just starting out on this floor. And he's soft resetting his way through this, so he's never going to see the same encounter table twice.
There's 2 more, Agma. We got another shot at information.
But we got initiative.
Away.
Luckily, they're only unrunnable when they show up with the giants, so that's good.
Well, he also had the initial move. I think they're always unrunnable that way, are they not?
The 2 Agama fight, he was runnable, and he got initiative on it, so he's guaranteed a run.
Right.
But with the giants, they were unrunnable.
We know that, yeah.
Yeah.
That bat is just in Paranoia's way right now. Excuse me, please.
Yep. So, unfortunately, Paranoia hasn't gone to the waterfall yet and is still looking for a loose item. What this could do for him is allow him to find another ribbon, which will make this Temple of Fiends dive for him a little bit easier.
So what you were saying about the waterfall earlier, that being a convenient place to check, the fact that Paranoia did not check that means he didn't get that free check that we thought may not lead to a disadvantage for either runner here. It's now turning into a major disadvantage for him.
I misspoke. He did do the waterfall.
Oh, he did?
Because he had the herb. The herb was the loose item, so it's part of my my mess up there. He wants to go to the ice cave.
Well, what you were saying about putting Dan at the front of the party earlier, hey Dan, you're alive. You get to take a hit for us.
And that's what OFD does. He's a veteran. He's gonna make adjustments. He's not gonna slam his head into the wall 8 times. He's gonna, try it a couple times and just maybe RNG will break for me once and okay, fine.
And Dan immediately falls, and so does Fred, and Boris is already by himself.
Well, we're equipped to man mode the rest of this. We have the defense. We don't have the power bonk because that will be behind the loose crystal. But with Masa, defense, and that high evade Kraken, and they have nuclear. Kraken is radioactive. So if this goes poorly, crack again. So 2 cracks from Kraken. If 2 hits 450, another miss.
And Crack is early. Crack is early on all 3 fights here. So or all 4, I guess it is by now. So,
so it looks
he has
like
priority.
Yeah, so it looks like it's crack ain't crack. So definitely a scary fight, and with that high evasion, if we don't make it through this, and then we do, so 3 hits.
Made it through. But yeah, with Kraken to crack at you, it's definitely not a fight you want to have to go back and do again. So he needs to be able to be clean the rest of the way here, or he has to do that all over again.
And he is through onto the sky floor, and Whiz Vamps punch real hard through all that absorb that knight is rocking with the dragon.
Go ahead.
He's just getting ambushed by these Whiz Vamps and Zombie Ds.
Okay, let's see if Team At 2 can stop Boris in his tracks. Well, he tries the Quad X, but it doesn't work. Defense goes up. So the defense is being used. Lightning 2 gives 22 damage down to 541. Tiamat takes his first hit, only 66 damage. That's a absorb right there, and not a lot of damage on that Lightning 2. 132 coming out, so still low on the HP so far. Still a lot of HP to go.
That's
This
slow.
is gonna be there's a miss. So this is gonna be pulling teeth. 93 damage. So we're up to about 300 now. I want to say. That's 1 damage. That's not going to do much.
Yeah, that slow 2 landed. That's painful.
Yeah, that's really, really painful. 95 damage on the knight. And Tiamat missed, but 23 damage on Tiamat. 40 more damage. Yeah, this is pulling teeth. This is going to take a little while here.
Mm-hmm.
Quad X comes out again, misses. I think he has a ribbon on Boris, so that works.
Was a pretty spell happy Tiamat. You gotta hope that there's the slow 2 again. So we're through the spell list. No cure 4s, no nukes. We just gotta outpunch Tiamat before Tiamat punches us down, because Tiamat is critting through that max evade.
Meanwhile, Paranoia does get his 3rd orblet. He's off to the get the air orblet finally.
Yep. But he has to go to Ice Cave to get that cube.
And does he remember he has not been to Ice Cave?
Looks like it. And Tiamat just gives
he left.
Boars the business.
He's not going to Ice Cave.
And with that knight in the top position, he's unable to kind of manipulate Tia into a crit loop here too. And there's another slow 2 lands.
Paranoia was flying around a little bit lost. He has now parked himself in the on-rack area. And he is heading, I think, to the vendor at this point. No, he's going, never mind. He's going to the, we had a wipe on One Fine Day's side again.
Yeah.
As Paranoia is heading back towards the on-rack area. So he does not know where he needs to go here, it looks like.
Yeah, I wonder if he's still thinking he's looking for a loose when he just needs to go to the Ice Cave. He goes to the Ice Cave, gets the cube, he go modes Sky. OFD's leaving. So the
Probably
door
a good
is
move.
open. The door is open for Paranoia.
Gonna try landing on the border of the town. Gonna get some scratches on that airship. Gonna be hard to take that one back now.
Yeah, these poor people, they just had a pirate infestation and it's taken care of, and there's no white magic for you there.
And that's going to send him back. I thought he might be going to grind, but no, he wanted to check the magic resources, and he's done there, so back he goes. So for those joining us just now, we have now been in Temple of Fiends Revisited for 25 minutes. 26 minutes, actually, almost 27 minutes. And we are still struggling to get through it. It is doing a number on One Fine Day today. So Paranoia does have a crack in the door right now.
Yeah.
He's remembering Nice Cave. He is going to go in and check that right now. He needs to get this, needs to get the, what is this in here, the cube?
The cube. So heads up play going back to get the warp spell. So he'll be able to do this a little bit quicker.
Good call. And he's going to get that cube out of here, go to the Mirage Tower, Sky Palace, get it done, and he needs to kick that door open and rush through and try to steal this from One Fine Day. I don't know what his levels are because I've been watching where his levels have been, but I have to say he's in the 20s by now somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I think his levels are on his mages are comparable with OFD's, which means if he's at least level 20, he can cast Warp.
And Sodium is taking a bit of a rest now, so he is going with a 3-man pump-up strategy now. We gotta try and keep an eye on the levels to see where Paranoia is at.
I've been watching.
We're both watching that right now, I think.
And OFD still has to learn that it looks like he's level 22 on that Black Wizard. So he should have a charge of Warp, if not 2 or 3.
That may be why he was waiting to do this cave.
Yeah, that's a heads up. That's a heads up call.
Why did he skip the stairs?
Learning the maps. We're not playing bingo here. So again, these are rookie mistakes that, you hate to see it, but he's gonna learn from this. I know everybody's wanting Paranoia to just slam on the gas and have all that veteran knowledge in his head, but he's a newer runner. He'll get there.
Lich disrespecting the party, just down to the fighter immediately.
Things are getting hairy for OFD here. He knows that he's running up against the clock. He's been in Topher for half an hour now.
Well, the problem that we're having now is that as he runs into some gas dragons, is he keeps making a run at this. He's not taking the time to try to get a couple more levels somewhere just to make sure he can get through this, because he doesn't know how far he's ahead. He has to assume that he's behind, obviously, at this point. And his Paranoia is probably having the same struggles that he is. His Paranoia finding his cube, he's still fairly behind, but about a 6-7 minute walk, and he's going to be maybe a little longer, I don't know, somewhere in that range, and he'll be right in Temple Future Visit behind One Fine Day. So One Fine Day has a little time to get a couple levels if he wants to. He just doesn't know he has that time. And he just keeps running into the temple and getting blendered every time he goes through.
Yeah, he needs to make some adjustments here. I'm curious if he wipes out on this dive, what adjustment he's going to make, because I would imagine Paranoia is going to have very similar troubles, although he does have the white shirt, he does have that defense sword that will allow him to get evasion capped a little bit quicker. If I were Paranoia or OFD, if I wipe out of here, fly around, look for some spells, look for Invis 2, look for Wall, see if they're learnable. Start finding those defensive magics to help you. And Paranoia knows he's in go mode. He skips Mirage 1. He's going. Chat calling for an Agama grind. Chat, no.
Chat, no, we're not doing an Agama grind today. I know why you want that, and it's probably not for the Agama facts that we would get out of it.
Yeah, those Agama facts would be painful.
Yeah, the Agama facts would be very painful today.
Yeah. So OFD knows that the 3i grind is in ice. It is a little deep. Like, you'd have to walk down pretty far away, but you do have exit, and you can manipulate warp if he went and picked it up to get to that tile without actually kind of saving some steps. But yeah. Because it wasn't in the vanilla eye tile spot, it was in the mage grind tile spot on the right of that drop down room.
So it was there, we just not kind of like French vanilla.
Yeah. Yeah. Super sweet French vanilla.
Now, so One Fine Day isn't finding a different way to get destroyed every time he goes through here so far, and not that he's doing anything wrong, just he's getting destroyed, literally.
The game's showing him all the different ways it can kill him.
101 ways to kill a light warrior is, I guess, is a good way to put it. So at some point he's going to find the Agama situation, and it probably won't feel pleasant.
So Nuke comes out, everybody survives. Fire 3 is going to clean it up, and he resets out once again.
Paranoid. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, Paranoia skips Mirage 1, but checks Mirage 2. It's an interesting play.
Finds a cap in the left part of the less than sign. Not that does anything, but I always find that interesting to see.
Yeah.
Gets on the mummy trap tile, the whiz mummy.
Chat saying this is a nasty Lich 2. It's not just a nasty Lich 2, it's a nasty Kraken 2, it's a nasty Tia 2. I'm sure Carrie would be nasty if she actually rolled some health or absorb. But Carrie's the only one that we've been able to consistently kill without a problem. We have seen the Thunder, but luckily she goes down pretty quick.
Carrie is the speed bump today. Lich is demanding some respect, and there's the eye for Paranoia. He's going to kill that thing.
Yeah, that's easy XP.
Mm-hmm.
So still checking some greed chests along the way. I'm imagining he's hoping for a second ribbon.
So I noticed when One Fine Day took a fight earlier on the first floor in the top section that he was around level 25. So Paranoia, you said, something you said was around 22, 23, 24 in that range somewhere?
Yeah, right there. We just got the look. He's 23 across the board. Mage
So
stick?
Can be a comparable level. This could be, if he had a couple more levels at this point, I would say he has a good advantage. But I know he lost a lot of time on the Sea Shrine as well, on the Kraken fight himself.
Yeah.
So that's what cost him some time. He's got to get back in spades right now.
And Soria's trying to keep up with their redder cousins, throwing out heat. Not quite as scary as a death touch, but they're like, we're mean too. It's like, oh, you're cute. Just let me get past you.
You're cute. Don't let me kill you.
Yeah, bless your heart. We're just gonna keep going. As Lich takes a hit, 5 hits, 434.
Oh, king of the turn order.
It's the Alpha Strike. Lich just punches. This is optimal Lich fight here.
That worked out.
Lich goes down. Everyone's alive.
Now we're gonna see the Agama death touch strategy. We could. Nope. Gonna run. Agama doesn't get the death touch, and we move on.
Yep. And
another shot. Away.
Get the initiative run.
And with the Giants.
This is the unrunnable. This is the problem.
Now the Giant dead. I wonder if that makes it runnable.
No, it won't be runnable until
okay.
It's an entire different encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So gets through again and doesn't find the death touch. So OFD. I can't say that he's lucking out there, but you don't want him to find that death touch, because when he does find it, it's gonna just be more 4-letter words, and will come. And Carrie punches out the black mage. That could be worse. It's not the life caster.
It's not the red one. Yeah.
Yeah, we need red, and here comes Thunder. 7 hits, 699. We're still okay. Vorpal comes out and takes care of her.
So Carrie does make an attempt to throw a wrench in things, but the wrench was thrown right back. And back to the water floor. Now we're going to have to get through this Kraken 2 fight again, and we know that Kraken cracks a crack. So likes to crack jokes here, apparently.
Yep, Kraken. Well, the no one else is... While our defenses are lacking.
There you go. You're a potent, you don't know it.
I figured it out. Alright. We're going to make some adjustments. We're going to heal up. Are we going to res up Dan and throw up that evasion stack? We're going to look at our gear. We're going to look at our weapons. We're going to switch to the Vorpal. Adjustment made. Veteran move. We're going to back up melee strats with the Red Wizard. Giving the Red Wizard the defense sword and the Masa. Turning Boars into the Striker. We're going to lock 2. Okay, I like these adjustments. Kraken cracks.
Oh, that's fortunate.
Lock 2 hit, so we're doing a little bit more here. We're going to keep evasion capping with Fred. Another defense comes out. Here comes the ink. We know crack is coming next. We're going to fight and we're going to defense. So, Fred, evasion capped. Physical damage, not a problem anymore.
Fred managed to dodge that. That's going to be big. This could give him a chance right here.
Yep, but we're still missing, so we're going to keep swinging, though. And here
There's
comes
another
the
ink.
ink. 3 hits, 399. Damage being dealt. Boars getting punched. 1 hit for 185. Vorpal comes in 75 damage on a single crit.
There's the nuclear.
We did not see that before. So I guess it wasn't Crack Ink Crack. It was Crack Ink Nuclear. 2 hits, 90 damage. We're drinking potions now. We're in the bad times.
Boris needs to stay alive if he can. That's a miss. That's death of Boris. Is life 2? Nope. Oh, gonna go for the nuke. I thought I was gonna go for life 2.
So we know another crack is coming, but Fred's got a ribbon on. Switching to nukes, 112. You gotta be mindful of these nukes. They're awesome.
Does it?
Very close.
He got it. That was exactly the best situation you could have asked for there. With the fighter going down, the life caster staying alive, you can bring that knight back You can bring that black mage back, and you can go on as if nothing ever happened.
All right. So, chat, I'm pointing out I'd missed the nuclear before. Paranoia through the Bridge of Destiny, no robot friend. Lights his fourth orb. He's coming to Topher. OFD takes another wipe here. And Paranoia could take the lead here.
If One Fine Day has trouble in the Tiamat fight, or even in the Chaos fight, Paranoia will suddenly be in the lead, but he is lacking all the information that One Fine Day has about how awful this Temple of Fiends Revisited really is.
And OFD now in this Temple of Fiends for 40 minutes. Almost in this Temple of Fiends as long as he was in the seed as a whole, but we're Cure 3 and we're taking this Tiamat fight with some respect. We know that it's not too scary, we just know that he punches pretty hard. And we're swinging and then we're doing some damage. So we still haven't seen a few things. We have seen the slow 2, which can be pretty bad. But we're here with all 3 of our light warriors. This should go okay.
I think we're going to be alright at this point, because Tiamat 2 has thrown out just some Fire 3. He will probably punch someone, hopefully not Fred, but if so, then we're going to have to try Chaos without him. Oh, 1574! That is an instant termination right there, and some Worms for Salt.
That's a big hit right there. We're going to take a second, we're going to heal up just in case. Paranoia letting us know that there's nothing for sale in the armor shop, but still goes back in to buy some stuff.
He's probably wondering how he is not already lost.
Yeah, if you're Paranoia, you know anything about OFD, One Fine Day, you know that he's a really, really good runner in this community, and if you're preparing for Topher and he hasn't not done yet, you have to
know
assume
something's
Topher.
up.
Yeah,
you know there's problems. So Chaos fight has been pulled. He's going to bring up the Temper on Boris, who is in the second spot. Dan has been brought back to life to be instantly killed by an Inferno, so that didn't really do much. We've also lost Toth. This is looking very bad already. We are looking at a 2-man fight at this point with Boris and Fred going at Chaos. Chaos brings up Lit 2. That doesn't do much. Fred is almost dead. He needs to find a way to heal himself very quickly. Or Boris is going to be going man mode at this point. That might be what he does. He's bringing out, was that Fog 2 or was that Cure 2? I didn't see it. Fog 2.
He's going to raise that armor on his party, and Paranoia gets a little lost here on the top floor. You got to go bottom right, buddy.
Boris is now man-moding by himself. 73 damage. This is a high absorb, it looks like, or high evade for Chaos.
Yeah, high evade, high absorb. There's a nuke.
Down on one knee. This could put its Paranoia in the lead. 181 damage. Rub is attempted. Does not hit him. There's no ribbon on Boris. Boris is down to 16. One hit will kill him. 403 on Chaos. Chaos uses stop. Doesn't do anything. Boris hits for 171. Light 2 comes out. That's enough. 18 damage is enough to take Boris out, and his Paranoia is in the lead, ladies and gentlemen.
And just like that, OFD, I can only imagine the level of frustration in his room, where, wow, that is...
And his Paranoia does not know what he's walking into here. Yeah. He knows that it's bad because One Fine Day hasn't finished yet, and we probably expect him to finish by now, but given the mistakes he made with Kraken and the routing on the Ice Cave earlier, not going in there, knowing that, he probably expected One Fine Day would have finished by now. He has to know Temple of Fiends Revisited is bad based on that. So we're going to have to see how his Paranoia plays this to see if he does it any differently. It's going to be a huge... If he can pull out this win, this is going to be literally a huge comeback for him.
Well, the thing with Temple of Fiends and with Final Fantasy Randomizer in general is that you see it more often in the large group races where there's a bit more of a sample to pull from, where you run through a seed, you never see the nasty stuff. Everyone else saws it. Or
I've seen it.
You know, and so this could very well be the tale of two Tophers if its Paranoia doesn't see the nastiness that OFD has been experiencing. And chat calling for Dan to live. So
And it really hurts for One Fine Day because he played that last run perfectly to get through the fiends that were giving him the trouble. And unfortunately, the ones that needed to survive in the final fight, the Black Mage fell instantly. Black Wizard fell instantly, and that was it. So it's going to be curious to see how he adjusts for the Chaos fight this time. Going to be curious to see if it's Paranoia can do it on the first try. 3 of his Light Warriors are poisoned at this moment, however, so he's going to have to take some time to heal them.
And running into the golem problem here, and they're eating nukes, so those mud goals are chunky.
When you eat a nuke for breakfast, that's and still alive to tell the tale, that is not something you want to fight.
Absolutely not. And Paranoia losing some time here in the menu, letting OFD catch up, but he's got Cure 4. That white magic, that fade's going to help alleviate the...
Ooh, getting lost again.
Yeah, so again, these are mistakes that Paranoia will never make again. You know, he'll learn these maps, and he won't be...
Oh! His party has taken a massive hit from the Rock Girls, who now use Glare, and NACL goes down. I don't know if Salts is our life caster. I hope he is, and I hope he can get away. Toxic doesn't do it. He gets away, he needs to heal up. And they're on the same floor. They're going to high five right here, right now.
And I was talking about the 2 Tophers and Paranoia getting to Lich 2 on this dive before OFD, seeing a nastier Mud Golem encounter than OFD has seen in all the dives that he has made so far.
Yeah, we've never seen a Mud Gall, Rock Gall combination that bad so far on One Fine Day's side.
So Paranoia opens up with Fog 2, Lich swings and misses its Salt. And we're gonna fight. We're gonna disrespect Lich here. We're gonna slap him and miss. We're gonna slap him and hit him for 1. We're gonna slap him and miss. And get the Alpha Strike turn order, and Lich
and now he's gonna realize he shouldn't be disrespecting him like that.
Lich just says, "Are you done?" Has some nuke and opens the microwave door, and down goes Lich 2. But Paranoia, through Lich 2, has the information, but we got to be mindful of those Life 2 charges. We don't want to be burning all of our Cure 4s just yet.
No, we need to hold on to those Cure 4s.
Alright. There's the Agmas. We get the ambush on them.
Paranoia knows about the Death Touch. He's getting away from him. Squint, there it is, close call.
And OFD gets away from the Agamas again without learning about their Death Touch. And here comes Carrie. Let's see if we can get her down before that Thunder comes out.
Chad is calling the Paranoia soft plays Kraken, he'll be done. And yeah, Kraken, you never fool around with Kraken in Temple of Fiends Revisited. Kraken seems to be the gatekeeper of everything in this final dungeon.
Big hit from OFD, takes out Carrie 2. OFD has the lead back as Paranoia pulls Carrie 2 for the first time. We're going Temper and Fog 2 strats. Raising that armor.
Rub does nothing. Fast.
Free turn from Carrie 2. Here come perfect turn order for that knight. Big hit there. I think we're going to wait. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. So slapping Carrie for 1 damage. Quad X ineffective. Free carry for Paranoia.
Yeah. Nothing wrong at all there. And then the Wizards show up.
It's runnable. It's fascinating that Paranoia is on a different encounter table than we have seen OFD come through.
Yeah, we've never seen this for OFD at all. And he's getting lost. He's going... Well, I think he can go this way too, actually. So yeah, he's not lost. They're moving so fast the menu that the music stops. That's the second time that's happened.
Alright, and Paranoia is through his alternative routing,
They're going to be pulling the Kraken fight next to each other again.
All right, let's see how OFD does this. We're gonna do the same thing. Swing that Vorpal.
Dan is starting. Dan starts to seize, so we're not going to have him to take a punch.
All right, we're gonna fast on Paranoia's side. We're gonna fog 2. We're gonna.
That worked.
So he's got the information now. He knows that it's a high evade Kraken. Fog 2 comes out, gonna raise that armor a little bit, raise that absorb up. We're gonna go for the 6% Brack.
I want to just point out something as well. If Paranoia pulls off this Kraken fight right now, this will be something that One Fine Day did not do for about 3 or 4 dives. It took him 3 or 4 dives to get through Kraken. And if Paranoia can get through, oh, the crack comes out. And the Lifecaster is the White Wizard, I believe, so he will be able to bring them back, but they have to survive this fight by themselves. And we've lost our Black Wizard.
So, but we got Fades. Fade for 212. Another Fade. Good turn order there. Fade for 318. Kraken gives a free round with Ink. We're going to get another Fade off. Another free round with that Ink. Fade come out 154. If we get one more Fade, there's the Nuclear. Fade coming in.
Not enough.
We need one more Fade, probably.
Free round. Here's the Fade. That's it. He survives with the White Wizard.
So he has 1 life, 2. He has to bring up that red mage. Oh, he's got 2. Okay. You can't look at us. You got to bring that red wizard back. He brings the black wizard back. I guess he must not have gone back to Elfland post promotion to buy life 2.
Must not have.
That's an easy adjustment, though. So, Paranoia, when you're watching this back, that 4th slot and level 4 white magic is Red Wizard learnable. So, upon promotion, you can go back and buy that.
I'm finding it strange that he's doing this without the Knight. That is something I did not expect.
Well, he's got the Knight, so he's been rocking the Red
Wizard. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the Red Wizard. Sorry, I got mixed up.
Yeah, he's been rocking the Red Wizard in the front row. And OFD is through the Tia fight again. Has the ability to pick everyone up and will be going to Chaos once again. So back-to-back Chaos dives.
Now, let's see how Paranoia does on Tiamat 2. This is his first time seeing Tiamat 2, and this is his first time still through the dungeon. He's having much better success with this than One Fine Day did. So we're going to see. He might have an extra ribbon in his inventory, which might be helping as well. He is...
That's interesting, because that's also his last Fade, so... We're gonna... I would switch to white shirts.
He needs to keep that NACL alive. He needs to keep the Knight alive, or he's going to have a hard time getting through this.
Here's the poison. So hey, white mage is doing something. Big swing, 7 hits, 260. We're gonna keep swinging. I would switch to that white shirt, but we're just gonna wait. We're gonna throw
Chaos being pulled for this. Chaos being pulled for the second time by One Fine Day at 2 hours, 1 minute, and about 30 seconds. So Temper comes out, Fast comes out, getting on Boris. Boris is using his own buffing strategy. More Temper, more Temper, more Fast. Well,
through.
Everyone alive. Now Dan falls. I was just said that. Everybody dies except for Boris. Boris has to start swinging. Gonna use the defense first to try to get some more evasion. Boris swings for 640 damage. That's pretty good. If he can keep this up, he's got it. And another swing for 223. Light 2. Another swing for 202. This is getting into the range where Chaos could go down with any swing here. Let's see where the HP falls. 273. Fire 2. Chaos not hitting too much. This get 912 is over 2,000 HP. I think we're at now. And 487 for another hit. We have Paranoia coming up to the Chaos 2 fight. One Fine Day does not realize how close Paranoia is. He has to get on this kill. He does it. 395 terminated. One Fine Day has pulled off the win with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 43 seconds. And get your well-deserved GGs in chat for him, as we're going to follow his Paranoia's fight before we look to interview One Fine Day. We're going to follow his Paranoia's fight first. So he is following the Chaos fight right now. He may have seen the SRL channel. He may not have at this point. He's using the white shirt for the evasion, as you suggested. 45 damage. Inferno is coming out from Chaos. We did not see that on One Fine Day's fight.
We saw it on the first one, and it was the bad times. So, and the white mage rocking the defense sword.
Blaze coming out.
Comes out. We did not see that.
And Chaos swings at an ACL.
So I think swinging 4 hits, 4 damage, and there's the swirl.
There is the wipe. There is the wipe. And its paranoia has forfeit from the race at this time. So not surprisingly, forfeit after that because he saw the SRL channel, he saw it was over, and he doesn't want to do that again.
All right, so let's get both of these runners in here and talk to them about what was going on.
I think we need to mark a forfeit for its paranoia before he gets the invite. So if our tracker can do that, we can bring him in if he wants. We don't have a lot of time to interview, I'm being told. We have to get a very quick interview in. There is something else on the schedule. I'm going to look that up for those who are standing by for that. So for those who are just arriving now, we do have on the schedule coming up here. It looks like we're on Speed Gaming 3. Looks like we have Super Metroid multi-category action coming up. So if you're coming in for that, stay tuned. We are going to have that right after this race, right after a very quick interview here, assuming they come into chat. But we only have a few minutes to chat, then we'll turn it over to that.
Hey, one fine day, we are joined by our first place finisher. How are you feeling, man?
I should have done what I did with the Red Wizard against Kraken the second time. Why did I not do that?
That was a tough Temple of Fiends to bookend a very kind of quick seed for you. Like, you got into Temple of Fiends right around the 110 mark and took a handful of wipes in there, and the whole time Paranoia was slow and steady plugging away, and when you took your final wipe, Paranoia was coming in and had a slight lead ahead of you, but you caught up pretty quick going through your menu. That was just a brutal TOEFL. I think the only thing you didn't see that we kept waiting for to come out was the Agamas had Death Touch.
Mm-hmm. You never saw it.
Lucky.
That's one way to put it. And we're going to get Paranoia up here.
Yeah,
Paranoia,
I just got the forfeit mark, so we'll get him in here shortly.
Yeah, GG Paranoia. We don't have a whole lot of time. We got another race coming up for Speed Gaming 3, so we'll very quickly get your final thoughts on this seed, Paranoia. We'll pass it to OFD, and then we'll get out of here. Hell of a run, Paranoia. I'll give you that. Like, you were running strong. I think you watch this VOD back, you'll pick some stuff up and start running cleaner races and start dropping some time, man.
I want to point out something very quickly before asking questions here too. Is Paranoia something that you can take pride in here? You were going through that dungeon on your first try all the way to Chaos. One fine day, literally got blendered run after run and had trouble getting past even Lich a couple times, and Kraken a couple times, cracked him up. So you did it in one run, and that was very impressive. I'm guessing you had an extra ribbon in your inventory there.
I had the singular ribbon, that's it.
Oh, you just had the one.
You just got lucky on them cracks then. So, Paranoia, first race in the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. First race I've seen you run with Final Fantasy Randomizer.
This would be the first race I've run with Final Fantasy Randomizer.
This is a hell of a race to hang your hat on, man. Don't beat yourself up. OFD is one of the premier runners. Watch the VOD. You'll learn a lot, man. This is super exciting to watch and call.
I just feel I would not have minded finishing that out had Chaos not like dropped spell after spell on me.
Yeah. So, any other final thoughts before we pass it off to OFD?
Nope.
And all right, well, GG once again, Paranoia. OFD, let us know how you really feel, man.
Well, I wiped the Chaos too. I got nuked. So it's not the worst thing. I got nuked by Lich, I got nuked by Chaos, I got cracked by Kraken, I got slow 2'd by Tiamat, and that was an embarrassing wipe. I don't know what I was thinking with that stupid solo fighter idea. But yeah, I was a little upset about how I was running early game. I thought I could have done things a lot faster or better. Of course, a lot of it was just bad luck with the route I took. wipes and ordeals, the wipes early on in TOF. But once the ordeals was over, I'm pretty happy with how I played up to Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Yeah, you ran strong OFD, and had you been able to full clear that Topher on your first dive, this would have been like a sub 120. So it was super blistering pace for you. I'm going to pass the mic to Cyclone to take us home. Thank you so much, Cyclone, for doing this. Ragnarok for track, and Speed Gamer for hosting us.
Yeah, and I wish both of you, we were talking a little longer, but we unfortunately are short of time. We do have a Super Metroid race coming up on this channel, so I just want to wish both of you lucky in your next races, and hopefully it'll be a little less chaotic in this last tempo next time out. And in the meantime, we do have other races going on now. I'm trying to see if we got the right information in front of me here. What I do see on the schedule right now, it looks like we have a 9 o'clock race starting on Randomania just a few minutes ago live. Another race happening on, I'm not sure what the channel is, but the two races that are starting right now are Captain Nerd and Gans Gone Wild and Shadow Walker 227 versus Salty Fry. And those, go ahead.
I'm sorry. So Salty Fry and Shadow Walker is going to be on RPG Limit Break.
That's what that is. Okay.
Yeah.
And then on Speed Gaming 6 on this side of the network, we have the real Super Pleb versus Groggy Dog. Those are going on right now for those wanting to watch more Final Fantasy Randomizer. Later on tonight on this channel after Super Metroid, we're going to have Ali Song versus Hyper's Nova 1. So make sure you stick around if you want to watch that race at 11 o'clock Eastern Time as well. Another race going on Randomania, Silver Fire versus Zyrak. That's 11 o'clock as well on Randomania. So a lot of races to watch tonight in this tournament. Keep an eye out for those. We're going to get out of the way for Super Metroid, though. We want to wish you all a wonderful evening, and I'm going to go ahead, as I usually do, and give the final word to my co-commentator. And make sure you follow our runners. Make sure you follow our tracker. Who's our tracker again? Sorry.
Ragnarok 784, the Gambler.
And if you want to follow us, you can. We'll get the links in chat. Other than that, have a great night, everyone. And I'm going to ask you, Caleb, take us out.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Lots of Final Fantasy coming.